What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing out there? Hopefully, I'm coming in by 5 and I don't have myself muted this time, right? All right, so let me switch over so I can see your guys' chat. Make sure we're good to go. And let's say hello to some of you folks. Let's say hello to some of the folks in chat. They've been hanging out here for about 20 minutes, it looks like, or so. All right. All right, I can almost hear myself. Let me see here. Sorry, I hear a little background, but no, we're good. We should be all fine. All right, so let's say what's up. What's up, Van City, Odessa? Good to see you, B. Walker. Yeah, time is flying, B. Walker. Busy day for myself as well. Nate, truly appreciate. Welcome to the Grey family. That's awesome, Nate. Thank you so much. Who else do we have in here? We got Mama Bear J15, JT in the house, Seabass. Always good to see you. Liz Chavez. And Liz, you made me think about something, and I'll bring that up here in a second. Barbara's in the house, Little Miss Prepper. Let me see, who else do we have here? KT, Harvey, Black. Love to see when the mods are in here as well. Oh, Van City. Speaking of stuff, Van City, let's go ahead and do this, Van City. All right. Colleen Rich, good to see you as well. Let me see. We got Dale in the house. I see Caribbean house in the house. Bringer of change. Johnny Finance. Oh, man. Love it. Love these folks. You guys are awesome. Man, we got 87 people already in chat. This is awesome. You see, I'm trying to skip past some of the stuff that I'm rereading. If I missed anything, I do apologize. TN Prepping Lady is here as well. Lori in Oklahoma. The other Dale is in the house too. RG71. You see, I know I got Bringer. Who else do we have here? Snakebite. Good to see you. Lawrence, what's up? All the way from Belgium. I always think that's really cool, Lawrence. Oslander from Australia. We got a world audience tonight, folks. World audience. All right. Who else do we have in here? Little Lone Prepper. I think did I get you a little bit? Big Papa Meta. Love this. Keep up the great work, Gray Man. I appreciate that, Big Papa. Truly appreciate that, man. Appreciate the support. Lori in Oklahoma. And I'm moving fast, folks. Don't want to miss somebody. Yarn Prepper's in the house. Good to see you, Yarn. All right. Quick Knees in the house as well. KB, Joni, the Singing Beaverine. Prepper Mo Homestead. Good to see you as well. Mitten Prepper Veteran, good to see you. And for some of you folks are wondering why, I do this every live stream. I just want to say thanks to all the people that have taken the time to come here and join us this evening. So I do like to say the hellos first off before we move forward. A little Alaskan Home Place, Emperor's Kimberly. Excuse me, Baba Ellis. Good to see you. The Swafford Homestead. Let me see who else. We got Bob S. in the house, Mark Witcher, Vitra, Gabe, Pony Girl, Celtic, Carol, Chris, Scott Hummer, Jeff, Voodoo Queen, Monty, what's up, Monty? Taznum1, Kaylin, Free at Last. I love it. Free at Last. Great name. Prepper Book Club, good to see you as well. Rena LaRue. All right, let me scroll. I'm going to scroll down a little bit here, see if I missed anybody. Prepper Mo, I got you. Luan Gurki. Let me see. Sherry. And I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I do apologize. Dreamsaker, I appreciate that. You're awesome, Dreamsaker. I truly appreciate that. Nothing against Fat Man or nothing like that, but Sue Burnt. I think I got that right. Sue Burnt. Hopefully I got that right. Sarah, question from France. I am up to 9 months of food and need to start on Mylar bag long-term stocks. What is the best brand, size, and buckets to get? Thanks. Sarah, well, I do have a video on how to store rice long-term. It's in my playlist. 3 weeks ago, I did a video. I get a lot of my stuff from Wallaby. It's their Mylar bags. They just been effective. Great reviews. What else did you ask? I use 5-gallon buckets, food grade. You can get food grade buckets from very different places. Depending, you can get them for free if you know where to look. If not, you can get them I'm not sure you're in France, so they don't have Tractor Supplies or probably like Lowe's and Home Depots and places like that. But talk to some of your local food places. Sometimes they get these buckets and all you can do is just clean them out that they use for, let's say, pickles or things like that. Just kind of think about, ask some folks around, some restaurants, hey, you got any food grade buckets you're trying to get rid of? Make sure they're cleaned out. If you can get the lid with the rubber seal, or on my video, you also found that I like to use Gamma seals myself. They're a little bit more pricier to put on there, but it's just nice and airtight. with that. Hopefully that helps. Arkansas living. Did I just see Arkansas living popping here? I appreciate that, Dreams Acres. Richard Moore, what is up? Deba Do. I swear I saw Arkansas. I saw the name Arkansas. Deacon, what is that, brother? Oh, there's Arkansas. What y'all trying to prep for, some kind of famine or something? Right, exactly. And whenever I start thinking about Arkansas, I start talking in that more of a country accent. I don't know why. What's up, Richard? All right. Who else do we have in here? Glenna Hayes is in the house as well. Sergeant Soggy. 2A confirmed actual factual. Rip Curl Readiness. What's up? Get the Rip Curl says he gets his buckets from his local bakeries. Another option. What's up, Minuteman 69? James. I'm trying to see if I missed anybody. Anyways, so yeah, why? So the topic for tonight, I wanted to have a fun topic. You know, we should all be preppers. So I got some fun facts for you folks as well. I don't want to go jump into too much of the doom and gloom. I did that enough on Sunday. I do have something that popped up that I want to share with you. Also, I got something in the mail. I haven't got to go to the post office box in about a week, but I did get something last week that I want to share with you guys. I'm pretty sure it's from Ethel because Ethel usually uses the term, here I am. So I'm pretty sure it's from Ethel. My parents are still in denial. That's horrible, D14. What else do we got? And James, yes, don't forget the thumbs up button. Always appreciate it. What's up, Savage? Yeah, right? No fun. Oh, I had to get a bigger cup of coffee because I was running out of coffee with my little cup, so I had to get some more. All right, where do I want to go? Let me grab this from Ethel. Ethel sent me this little thing in the mail, and some of you guys might be familiar. These are some seeds. I don't know if my camera will focus on that. Trumbacino seeds. Trumbacino is like a summer squash or a zucchini. It has a very interesting length. It goes about 15 feet. It gets about 15 inches, I say. It gets pretty big, not 15 feet. What am I talking about, Gray? 15 inches. So it's a pretty huge thing. Has a nice taste to it. So thank you, Ethel, for that. What's up, Northern Girl? Good to see you. Alien Prepper, thank you for beaming down and hanging out with us. I appreciate that. Let me see here. Mitten Prepper says 34 and a half years. I win. Roger that, Mitten. Speaking of which, made me think about this, is I finally get all the emails from all the winners from last Thursday's live stream. So I have B. Walker, Nancy, Bernie, Liz, and Rhonda. I have all your addresses. I'll be forwarding that to Rudy this evening so he can get that out for you. Empress Kimberly has been a member for 4 months. Thank you, Empress Kimberly, for the support. A 15 Sugini would scare me. You know, I wouldn't be surprised with something like that to pop up these days and age with all the science and stuff that they like to do in there, all the weird stuff that they do to vegetables and stuff this day and age. What's up, Allison Sherman? Thank you. There's Ethel. Good to see you. Alicia, good to see you. From what, London? Are you from London? That's awesome. London, Ohio. Okay, you got me for a second. London, Ohio. Well, welcome, Alicia. All right. Yarn prepper I've been my whole life. All right, so let's kind of get into this, folks. I also got, man, I can't remember who sent them to me. I'll show them to you. If you're in chat, just raise your hand and let me know that you sent them to me. I want to go show these real fast so I don't forget about them in regards to some empty shelves, because a lot of folks still don't believe that that we're in a crisis. Unfortunately, there's a lot of folks that believe that we are not in a crisis as of yet. So let me bring this up real quick and share this with you folks. And I just can't access my email at the moment to show who sent me these. But a lot of you folks have been sending me these things. So this one, she sent me, and I didn't want to show your daughter in the one picture, so I do apologize. I didn't want to show any children on the channel, but so I took that picture out. But these are the other pictures. It looks like some chips there, the meat section in her area. Also, that's some of the tortillas. Got some holes, not too horrible. And that is the frozen, looks like pizza section or hash browns. That's what that is. So I wanted to say thank you for that. And I should have removed that before I went to that. So I want to say thank you for letting me see those and sharing with them. If you guys get pictures like that, please send them my way. I like to share them with the viewers so that people can really see that things are transpiring all over the United States and across the globe. All right. So that being said, let's bring up my first thing here. So here's a funny thing. Where do you folks think the most preppers in the United States are? Like, where do you folks think? Like, where would be the biggest concentration of preppers in the United States? I was surprised myself, to be honest with you. I was very surprised. 20,000 pounds or 200,000 pounds of beef recalled throughout the nation. Wow, Luan, thanks for sharing that. MD Creekmore has a discount link for heirloom scenes from a recent video. That's awesome. What's up, Jenna? Mitten Man, good to see you as well. We got Minute Man and Mitten Man. Mama Bear, Lisa. So Big Chap says Michigan. Van Roo says Tennessee. Country folks. Yeah, Peter, I agree. Country folks. Lori in Oklahoma says Alaska. Alien Prepper. Ethel says Texas has the most preppers. Alien Prepper says Florida. Well, let's find out, folks. Let's find out. According to statistics, what state has the most preppers? I found it very interesting, to be honest with you. So let's bring this back up. And here is the U.S. states with the most survivalists, aka preppers. Let's look at number one, folks. Number one is Florida. Yes. So all you fellow Floridians, we're finally on a good list. We're on a list. We have the most preppers / survivalists in the state of Florida. Who would have thought? Number 2 is Alabama. Number 3 is Arkansas. Number 4 is North Carolina. Number 5 is New Mexico. 6 is Oregon. Number 7 is Colorado. 8 is Georgia. 9 is Washington. 10 is Oklahoma. And 11 is Michigan. Texas is not on the map. Don't know why. And the reason I wanted to show you this information is because of the fact that that it's intriguing to know where the concentration of preppers are. So, and I do see a lot of Floridians in the house in regards to when I'm in other streams and my own streams. And we plan on doing a Florida prepper meetup here soon. I'd like to plan it for this year, maybe towards the fall when it gets a little cooler. But I'm working on ways to put it together. But anyways, folks, I thought I'd share that with you and see what you guys thought of that. I thought that was quite intriguing, to say the least. That because people in the apps don't answer phone surveys, we hang up. Right on, Mike Styles. Makes sense with such a base governor. Go DeSantis. I agree. No Idaho, right? And we're gonna right on, Ethel. Seabass, exactly. Hurricanes in Florida make it very prone. I was in Magic's live stream. You guys know I mod for Magic Prepper. And someone said Florida is doomed. Florida is like the worst place to live. And I'm like, man, I've been living in Florida and have went through countless tropical storms, countless hurricanes, countless power outages and storms and whatnot. And I'm still ticking, still kicking and ticking, and still got on my preps. So I'm not sure what he was talking about, but Florida has its pros. Every state has a pro and con, you know what I mean? Because it can be a little bit expensive down here. Not as expensive, let's say, like California or New York and places like that. I think some of the more affordable places are like Arkansas and Missouri and places of that nature, which is a lot cheaper. Land's a lot cheaper. Rules a little bit differently. Florida has some things it needs to work on, but I was surprised that Florida was number one on the chart. Let me see. What did Deacon say? I'm trying to back up because I like to try to catch chat. Those states have people who admit to prepping. Probably, Deacon. That being said, I want to go over some statistics in regards to prepping. And then I'm going to kind of go why I'm bringing this up. Why am I bringing these statistics up, right? Some of you folks may want to know. And if you haven't hit that like button yet, please do so. It's very much appreciated. I want to make sure I have the right thing up. All right, so let's bring it up, folks. Let me add this to the stream. And let me see if I can make this a little bit more functional for me. Now, I don't, that one, this works better. No, I guess that doesn't work. You guys can't really see it as good as I can. I'm just going to do it this way. Anyways, this prepping has become more mainstream. Prepping is getting some attention, mainly due to what happened over the last couple of years. All right, so let's talk about preppers and how many preppers is guesstimated in the U.S. And like you said, some of you folks don't answer phone calls. Some of you don't answer surveys. And come to find out, someone who's digging into this, and this also goes to show you that people are digging into the numbers of preppers amongst the globe, specifically here in the U.S. So in this article, it says, whenever we do mainstream press, such as this recent interview with the founder of NPR's, 1A national talk show, we're inevitably asked to define preppers in terms of demographics like age and politics. As TP readers know, there's no such thing as a stereotypical prepper. I agree. prepping, I've said this before, there is no race, color, creed, religion, nothing. Prepping encompasses everyone and every person, everything, all that stuff like that. There's no specifics, you know what I mean? Everybody can be some people are preppers and don't even know they're preppers. Anyways, and thankfully so, gone are the days when this community was characterized as extremists on the edges of the curveball. So I think that's great. To me, this is a positive article saying that we are not characterized as extremists anymore. We're more on the mainstream side of things. It says, but because this market community is still relatively undeserved and misunderstood, thanks in large part of the lack of nuance in modern media, there isn't much in the way of dependable data and about just how many of us there are and what we are like. So they're saying that the data, there's probably more of us out there, but there's not enough data to substantiate, because people don't want to tell people, hey, I stockpile food. Hey, I do this. Hey, I do that. Anyways, it says, during the NPR interview, we talked about our estimated range of 10 to 20 million preppers in the U.S., simply meaning people who take self-reliance seriously and go beyond the common basis like a smoke detector. You know, because some people will get some flashlights, a smoke detector, and maybe a case of water. We take it and go a little bit further with it. It says, one of the listeners, Dr. Chris Ellis, a U.S. Army Strategic Planning and Policy Program fellow working with the Cornell University, has been analyzing for years of recent FEMA data to better understand the state's personal preparedness in America, and kindly approached us to dig deeper. So these are some of the things that stood out. What's up, Fluffy Otter? What's up, Homestead Oss? Dragons in the house. What did you just say, Dragon? Something about band? I'm trying to scroll over here so I can see. One of these, I got to take a picture of what my little thing here looks like so you guys can see how much stuff I got going on. Prepping got a bad name with TV shows like Doomsday Prepper. I agree 100%, brother. I got to change my alarm on that phone. So anyways, let's go over some of these numbers, right? It says this study was based on a 2018 FEMA survey of 5,000 households. 2019 data is being analyzed now. It says FEMA counted a household of self-reliant or prepped, what Ellis calls resilient citizens, if they can survive on their own for at least 31 days, which maps well to the 2 to 4 weeks we often talk about in the preparedness baseline. They're talking 31 days, which is, 21 days, 30 days. For me, I say prep for at least a minimum of a year, or at least get to a year. It says 3.8% of households were counted as resilient citizens in 2017. That grew 4.5 in 2018, and then 5.2% in 2019. So the preparedness community is growing. And there's some folks out there that don't mind answering questions. So if we look at that number, it's probably 2 or 3 times higher. It says that means at least 7 million out of the 120 million households in the U.S. are prepared. This is good news. I liked it when I like to bring up some things. Sometimes we're usually talking about bad news. To me, this is good news. That is, it's saying 7 million out of the 120. It's probably more like around 10 to 15 million, but maybe even more than that. Anyways, I think that's awesome that people are starting to come on the bandwagon of understanding that emergency preparedness is something serious, and it's not a joke. It's not something about zombies. It's not something about the end of the world. It's something that needs to be taken seriously. Anyways, it says, if we conservatively assume that 1.5 adults per household, that means there are over 10 million individual American preppers. That jives with the 10 to 20 million we often estimate. Before Charlie Victor, that means around 5% of the U.S. adults were preppers. Given the growth trends, that should soon be 10% of adults if it didn't already happen during the 2020 dumpster fire. Well, now we're in the 2022 dumpster fire, so it's probably growing tremendously. It says 31% of preppers are women. Interesting statistic. 31% of preppers are women. That is great to hear. Women who prep, Mother Prepper, Road Preparedness. There's a bunch of folks on Instagram, and some of them have YouTube channels as well. They have a little hashtag of women who prep, or women of prepping. I think is really awesome. Anyways, back to what you guys were saying, people in rural areas. It says preppers are more likely to live outside big cities, because we know big cities, if things go south, no matter what the size situation of the SHTF, usually the big cities are to have the most chaotic situations. It says, but the number of near urban areas is larger than previously known, and we think it's growing. So a lot of you urban preppers are starting to grow as well. It says the San Francisco Bay Area is the single largest traffic source for TP, for example, which TP, everybody knows what TP is, all right, toilet paper. Anyway, self-reliant folks makes about 10% more income per year than the average person, but they set aside over 60% more savings for emergencies. Smart move. Other measurements such as education, political affiliation are mostly the same among preppers as the general population. That means preppers don't really skew left or right. While 13% of the U.S. is black, around 6.5% of preppers are black. However, when correcting for income, education, and where people live, racial differences are muted. Two groups that do report prepping more than average are Pacific peoples, and those with disabilities. Anyways, I thought that was quite interesting. I'm gonna remove this for a second and jump back into chat before we get into the next one. So it's just not all me looking at articles. Whoa, that chat's moving quick. Checker at the store asked me if I was donating food to a pantry. I said yes, thinking to my food pantry. Carol Johnson, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm like that myself. People sometimes will ask me, what are you doing? Why do I do what you do? And I'm just trying to help people. Be it if I'm donating somewhere, but it's no one's business. You should be able to buy whatever you want and enjoy it. You know what I mean? You have the choice. If you want to buy some extra food, it's your choice to do so. You want to buy some extra medical supplies, water, and the list goes on. What's up, Cherokee Survival? And a lot of you folks are going to ask me, preppers usually think ahead, so I'm really surprised they would ever let anybody know. Fern, good question. And I don't know how they're doing these surveys, to be honest with you. What's up, Smiling Wolf? Empress Kimberly, I was just about to answer that question. Okay, where are you at, Empress? Let me see. I just saw you. Because I knew someone was going to ask. Because last week, Yarn Prepper asked me what those 5-gallon buckets behind me were. So to answer, I put things into high gear, folks. I'm prepping in overdrive. I'm very exhausted. I'm reorganizing. I'm building. So a lot of you folks know I'm having a house built. I'm building a massive pantry in this house, but I'm also continuing to prep. The problem is I'm running out of room. So I bring stuff here in my storage place or in my office to sort, date, add to my what's it called, my inventory list, and get it cycled into my prepper pantry. So this is kind of like a holding spot for when I get stuff and then I go through it. I have, I don't know, all kinds of stuff from Keystone to potatoes, ground beef, corn, vegetables, tuna. I have chicken, a bunch of stuff sitting there. It's just something that I got to go through and I haven't had time to get through it just yet. Yeah, don't let anybody know your business. And that's the funny thing is, please build a storm cellar, cold storage, root cellar in all homes from this build forward. B. Walker, great. I've learned a way to build root cellars in Florida. It's pretty intriguing. I want to do a video down the road on how to do this. Yeah, lead by example, right? Exact, Smiling Wolf. It's outside of YouTube, I am always in the garden. I am also researching and learning and understanding things, getting better prepared mentally, physically. I'm working on myself, working on my preps. It's just an endless cycle because this is my life and this is what I enjoy doing outside of doing YouTube, outside of my job and whatnot. That's what I do in my free time is prep. I'm always reading, researching articles. And what's great about doing YouTube is sometimes when I bring up a topic, I learn from those topics because I take a deeper dive that I'm familiar with so that when I have a video and I drop that video, I not only educate you, but I educate myself, maybe a little bit more information that I maybe wasn't aware of. Yeah, Mitten Prepper, I know what prepper burnout is. Matter of fact, I did a video on it a while back. Poor country living, that's awesome. I like folks who, yes, it can be a bit addictive, Julius. I like my huge focus a lot of times is my garden right now. I'm learning lots about garden, lots about medicinal plants, because here's my perspective on that. My reason for doing this is because I'm trying to say, okay, I have lots of food stocked. I mean, I'm always stocking up on food, freeze-dried foods, canned goods, dry goods, beans, rice, all that stuff like that. I'm always working on that on a consistent basis, at least every few weeks, if not monthly for sure. That being said, I'm learning everything there is to know about the garden. But this year, after July, once we move into the new house, you guys are going to see my you're going to see a newbie canning, and I'm going to bring that to the channel. Basically, I'm going to show you, this is my first time canning, let's say tomatoes. This is my first time canning beef. And you guys will see what mistakes I may make. You guys may be able to help me and correct me, drop some information. I have been reading books. I have been watching videos, Red Road Homestead and some other folks out there, excuse me, have a lot of great content. Rudy at the Alaska Prepper has great content on teaching people how to can. So you guys will see me getting into the whole the whole canning aspect of things as well, because I like food diversity. I don't want to depend on my canned goods. I don't want to depend on my garden. I don't want to depend on the freeze-dried foods. I want to depend on everything. I want to have the availability, like, hey, you know what? I want to grab some canned carrots and some canned beef off the shelf today and make dinner. It's a really tight situation. I have lots of water. Let me rehydrate some food. And someone came up with a really great idea that you can use some of the liquids inside some of these canned goods. Let's say like soup. You get like a soup. Let's say you stockpile soup or whatnot. You can use some of that to rehydrate some of your freeze-dried foods. A lot of the things I buy, I need to put a camera over there, but like I said, I have chopped onions, carrots, strawberries, bananas, blueberries, egg powder, scrambled eggs, corn, peanut butter, vegetables. I got all kinds of weird stuff over there. Freeze-dried, ingredient-based freeze-dried, so that I can add them to stuff. The peanut butter powder by Augustin's Farm makes great peanut butter cookies. You can do a lot with the peanut butter. You can add it to, matter of fact, Rudy gave me an idea to take the Nutrient Survival oatmeal and add some of that peanut butter in there for a boost of protein as well. That sounded great. So I'm planning on doing that as well. Yarn Prepper says, buy your USDA canning book before you can't. Yarn Prepper, I got that one. I'm trying to see if I have them near me. I don't think I do. When I do my new studio in the new place, I'm going to try to build my library so that you guys can see it. Once we move, I'm going to be filming some of these live streams in different parts of my house that I'm building. There's going to be stuff in the garage where I'm going to be doing some stuff. I'm going to be doing stuff in the pantry, videos in there. I'm going to be doing stuff in an office setting where I'm going to have some bookshelves with all my prepper books on there. But I have the ball canning, the USDA, and several others that I've accumulated over the year. Get Amish canning book 2. Lori, that's a good one. I'll have to look at that one. Better late than never. What's up, Ann? Agreed. Better late than never is awesome. Baking cocoa lasts the longest. Good. Who said that? Mama Bear. I got you, Mama Bear. Who's the only person that does a live stream and walks off the live stream on air? That would be me. Canning is addictive, Liz. So I buy this stuff here. This is pure cacao powder. Once I take it from here, then I use my food saver and put them into packages like this. And then I transfer these into the 5-gallon buckets and label it cocoa powder. Because cocoa powder pretty much has an indefinite shelf life, especially pure cocoa powder. If you want to make chocolate, if you want to do things with it, have hot cocoa. It's good, something to store. You want something sweet, folks. Sure, it might have empty calories or whatnot like that, but you can't you don't want to survive and you want to thrive, as they say. You always want to have some of these extra stuff on hand. You can mix this stuff with coconut oil and whatnot. There's so many things that you can do that's beneficial, and you can still be healthy in a survival situation. Comfort food. Yes, Smiling Wolf. Exactly. 100%. You don't want, sure, you need your vegetables, you need your proteins, you need your starches. Even if there's certain things that you're going to need because you're going to be exerting more energy. Okay. So that being said, you're going to need carbohydrates. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be exerting that kind of energy. A lot of you folks know that I love to store honey, because honey is another one of those things that you can store indefinitely. Cocoa powder and chickpeas, just like chocolate milkshake, only crunchy. Roger that, Oz. Have a backup parts on your canners. Just put in new seals. Seabass. So I've listened to you, the viewers. I've listened to a lot of you, the viewers. I got extra seals. I have extra pressure gauges, all kinds of extra parts. I've stockpiled this stuff because of listening to you, the viewers, because not only do you learn from me, I learn from you. Honey is definitely liquid gold, Miss Bella. Love homemade chocolate pudding. Carice, that is awesome. Let me see. Question: are you prepping Jello packages? Dragon, I have whatchamacallit? There's only one Jello that I like, and it's the what's that one that she loves? I get it because the whole family loves it, but we also stock gelatin. I'm trying to think of that. I think it's strawberry. I think that's what her favorite is. I'm talking about specific Little Miss Gray or my daughter in regards to Jello. But the powder itself, right? And we, like I said, we use the Food Saver on overdrive. You know what I mean? Because we store that, we seal everything. And the thing is sometimes we even throw O2 absorbers in that just to give it an extra push. Jello is a multi-purpose. Yes, Northern Girl, exactly. And that's the great thing. What's up, Nettie Prepper? That's a great thing with a lot of different things. Savage Prepper says instant coffee is good forever. Savage, if I could just pan this camera over to that shelf over there. I just recently ordered 2 cases of freeze-dried coffee. My favorite brand, which is Café Bustelo. And then I got my other brand for the wife. You know what I mean? I order things in bulk because I save that much more money. And then I label it, add it to the inventory list, date it, and then move forward. You know what I mean? I stock instant pudding in 1 quart Mylar stuffed in 5-gallon buckets. You know, Julie F., it makes me, when you say that you stock pudding, it makes me think, I don't know how many folks watch The Walking Dead. Do you remember, I don't know what season it was when Carl found that big old monster, I think a number 10 can full of pudding, and he sat there and was just eating pudding for hours and hours. Just imagine that. Imagine being in a life-ending situation, and it's been several years, and you're like a 15-year-old kid, or even at our age, and just coming across a big number 10 can of pudding. I'm pretty sure some of us would have probably done the same thing that Carl did and consumed that entire can. Yeah, sitting on the roof, right on, Tara. See, I'm glad I'm not. Oh yeah, yuck. I'm pretty sure he didn't feel too good. Bustelo Elo Major at Dollar Tree. Roger that, Barbara. What's up, Jennifer Cruz? I see those cans of potatoes from Aldi behind you. Yes, Aldi is one of my favorite spots. Even though the cost has gone up, I'm still continue to buy because regardless of the cost goes up, because me personally, matter of fact, I have an article for you folks in regards to inflation. And I want to bring this up because it's not from the United States. It's not an article from the United States. It's an article from the Dutch, I think. Where do you even get big cans of pudding? Kitsy Witsy, if you guys are ever looking for large number 10 cans of food, like green beans and let's say pudding and stuff like that, is you have to order from the same places that restaurants do. So if you have a friend in the restaurant industry, they can give you websites. You can use, sometimes they'll order for you. This is why making connections with certain folks is beneficial to you. I've made friends with people in the janitorial business. I've made friends with people in the restaurant business. I've made friends with people in the medical business because then I can order things in bulk through them. When they place their orders, I can be like, hey, can I get 4 number 10 cans of some green beans? Let me get 2 number 10 cans of pork and beans. And you can kind of see where it goes. And they don't mind it. And it costs me a lot less. People keep on asking me, where did you get your Keystone, Gray? Well, believe it or not, I have family and friends throughout the United States. And I tell them, whenever you see this stuff, please pick it up and I will buy it from you and I will pay the shipping. So people will find things in other states like Keystone ground beef and other things that you can't find normally. They can find it sometimes in stores and they will say, okay, hey, I got you 10 cans of that stuff you asked me for. And I will pay them a little bit of a finder's fee just before the effort and then pay the shipping and have it shipped to me. I don't care if I pay a little bit more. Money is just, I understand money is important, but not as important as food, water, and the essentials for survival for me. I think everybody kind of feels the same way in regards to that. Walmart has a tiny bulk section. Nettie Prepper, you're absolutely right. They do. If you ever look at your cans and you turn them around and you have let's say you buy a 16-ounce can of beans and a 28-ounce can of beans, there's always, if you do the math, you're going to learn that one is better than the other option. You're going to get more bang for your buck picking one or the other, unless something is on sale. Always look for your sales. You know what I mean? That's the best time to find stuff because whatever reason, they're trying to make room or whatever reason it's going to be on sale, you know, you can get those deals. Miss Bella, yes, bartering system will be something huge. Let me see. I got something. Money is a tool to get what you need and want. Exactly, D14. Because if let's be honest, folks, if the crap was truly to hit the fan, what would dollar bills get you at that point? It won't be dollar bills. People won't be looking for money. Especially if the financial system was to collapse in general, they're not going to be looking for money. They're going to be looking for food, water, beans, rice, bullets, any type of ammunition, alcohol, nicotine, caffeine, you name it. That's going to be the hot commodities. I thought I had something here. They'll be looking for little shiny stuff like this. There'll be all kinds of stuff they're looking for. There's so many components to bartering outside of just of what people would assume. People are going to be bartering eggs. People are going to be bartering farm animals. There's all kinds of different things. That brings us back to our roots. $8 to $9. Let me see, Sheila. I was going to buy some Keystone meats I see at Walmart, but it was $8 to $9 one can. I couldn't do it. I put it back, Sheila. And the thing is what scares me about that is, yes, you're absolutely right. What we would normally pay $4 or $5 for has nearly doubled in price. The thing is I think it's still going to keep on going that direction. That's why I'm still purchasing stuff regardless of the cost that it's gone up. I'm not telling you to waste. I don't want you to put yourself in a financial situation and buy it because I told you so. Whatever is within your financial means, that's where you want to go with that. You know what I mean? If you can't afford that, that price point of $8 or $9, then yes, don't do so. But to me, that $8 or $9 down the road may be worth it when you're trying to feed your family. Let's say something like some of this ground beef. By far, Keystone is some of the best canned proteins, meats, the chicken, the beef, the pork, the turkey. They're just, there's nothing in there but usually salt and the meat. I've watched. How many of you guys remember the B Walker? Yes, that's some shiny stuff. How many of you guys remember that TV show called How It's Made? It was like on what was it, on Discovery Channel? It's called How It's Made. Well, a while back, they did a video at the Keystone factory and showed you how they process the ground beef, how it's canned, how it's made, and all that stuff like that. It was a great episode. You should check it out. If I can figure it out, I'll try to find it for you guys and link it in one of my live streams here. Freaky Geek PBS, probably. We watched that show. Little Miss Prepper, that's awesome. Wasn't it a good episode? Great. Did you get the email I sent you about the vape ban and stocking up the other day? Follow-up email, not the first one. Julie F., I have been lacking on my emails. I've been having to deal with a lot of affiliates emails lately, so I've been bogged down. So I will check that here in the next day or so, and I'll get back to you. I'm going to say you can find some shows on how it's made on YouTube. Yeah, Freaky Geek, you absolutely can. If you go to Keystone's website, I think they may even have a link to it there somewhere in their website as well. It was always on all day. Yeah, Appalachian Nature. It's just an intriguing show. I used to get canned meat from Castleberry. It was great, but cannot find it now. I haven't heard of that one, Minuteman. I have not heard of that one. Anyways, let me, I almost forgot. I wanted to show you that, Smiling Wolf, I agree. And that's why some of us here on YouTube are trying to help a lot of you folks out, because there is a lot of information when it comes to emergency preparedness. Everything from communications to food storage, how to store foods, how to skin animals, how to start fires. And I could sit here and say 20 different topics, 100 different topics that we can discuss. What foods what work best for you. And like I said, it's once you get into prepping, you'll learn some of the things that are going to be most pertinent to you. All I'm here is to touch on specific topics and getting that mind moving, as I like to say, planting the seed and watching you guys grow, becoming better prepared. Exiled West, good to see you. Keystone, too expensive, just can my own. And Little Miss Prepper, that you're 100% right. Once you make that initial financial push and you buy yourself a pressure canner, you buy yourself the jars, the lids, and educate yourself in the books, pressure canning, buying meat and canning your own stuff is going to be a lot more affordable than buying canned goods. So yes, whoops, I agree. I just rang the bell, folks. Ding, ding, ding. All right. Evening, Maryland. Let me see. What do I got here for you? So one real quick thing I wanted to show you what the Dutch had put out. Where's she at? Gray, where did you stick it? There it is. Recession. All right, let's add this to the stream. All right, so it says the Deutsche Bank sees 5 to 6% Fed target rate and deep U.S. recession. So there's a lot of folks out there saying that a lot of people are just scaring people and saying that there's going to be a recession, and there's not going to be a recession. But a lot of other countries feel differently. It says a significant recession by next year seems likely. It says U.S. unemployment may rise several points, economists project. I don't want to mispronounce that word. Some people get mad when I mispronounce words. So this was dated April 26, which is what? Was that today? Is that today? Yeah, today is April 26. So this is new. It says the Federal Reserve is likely to need to engage in the most aggressive monetary tightening since the 1980s to tamp down an inflation rate at a 4-decade high, which will lead to a deep U.S. recession next year. So they're forecasting there's going to be a deep recession next year. Deutsche Bank AG economists warn. If I'm saying Deutsche wrong, I apologize, but that's the way I'm pronouncing it. It says we assume conservatively that the Fed funds rate moving well into the 5 to 6% range will be sufficient to do the job this time. The authors, including David Folkerts, Landau, group chief economist and head of research, wrote in a report Tuesday. This is partly because the monetary tightening process will be bolstered by Fed balance sheet reduction, which our U.S. Economics team estimates will be equivalent to a couple additional 25 basis point rate hikes. The monetary tightening and financial upheaval that accompanies it will push the economy into a significant recession by late next year. Landau said, adding Deutsche sees the unemployment ultimately rising several percentage points. So a lot of people want to ask, when is some of this stuff going to happen? Well, these are some economists right here that are saying it's going to happen by next year. And remember, I told you folks, we're going to see you're going to see the food issue be more predominant at the forefront come this fall. You guys are seeing all the pieces of the puzzle starting to add up. You're all seeing all these dominoes fall into creating this major crisis. So not only is our economic situation dire, our supply chain dire, our food situation dire, it's just a lot of bad stuff is coming down the pipe. So why not take a moment and get prepared? This is why we should all be preppers. The more of us out there that prep, the less folks are going to be dependent or make that decision to do something negatively. How do I want to say this? If people get put into a situation where people are starving, even good people, but there's going to be a lot of bad people out there as well, they're going to attack the folks that have the stuff. It's that simple. It happens in today's society right now. Someone sees somebody with this really nice car. Someone sees something with this big old gold chain or some sort of nice shoes or whatever it may be, a purse, and they go out and try to steal it and from these people that have. Now, think about this on a grander scale. When you put that in a grander scale of things and the law is not there to protect you, just imagine how chaotic that can be. Hey, Terry, good to see you. It was good to see you last night as well. Savage Prepper, yeah, minimize chaos. The more preppers, the more minimization of chaos. Now, there's always going to be those folks. You always hear it. There's even some YouTube channels. Well, I'm not going to prep anything because I have lots of ammo and I have big pew-pews. I'm just going to take what you have. But people get this wrong. People don't understand that a family of preppers, do you think a family of preppers is not armed? Do you think most of them are not trained? I'm not saying they're all trained, but there's some people out there like a lot of you guys don't see. I don't show you a lot of the pew-pew stuff and the weaponry stuff, which I plan to do so. I was just hoping to get that property this year and show you a little bit more of that. But don't get me wrong, folks. I did a video shoot. It's been about 6-7 months ago where I'm buying cases, not even cases, ammo cans full of 5.56 ammo, full of 9mm ammo. I've been doing this for years, folks. And if you're buying ammo, usually you have the thing to put it into. Prepper Cowboy says, we'll be a lot more Negans than Sheriff Rick. Just saying. I agree, brother. I always thought about this funny. if you ever thought about this, if the story was being told from Negan's point, right? If you never knew who Rick and his group was, and the story was told from Negan's point of view, would Rick and his group be the bad guys? Just throwing that out there. I love The Walking Dead, and I always like to, play this out in my head. KT says, show us your Abrams M1A2, right? You know, it's funny you say that, KT. I have a friend here locally that runs a company. I think it's called Tank America. And he does have a couple tanks out there on his property. One of these days I should go out there and drive this tank just to have fun with you guys. That would be interesting. Sounds like a video, right? Sounds like a great video. Teresa D says, preppers are prepared, pews and pops and sharp shovel. Just saying. I agree. 240 Bravo. Yeah, Smiling Wolf. I love the 240 Bravo. Man, phenomenal firearm. Forest people, we will do anything. People will do anything if they are starving. Yes. And not only if they're starving, just imagine if someone's watching their child starve. I've said this many times. I'm a bit repetitive sometimes, but it tries to hit it home with you because it could be the nicest person in the world, but when they see their daughter, their child, maybe their loved one, their grandparents, whoever it may starve in, they may do things that they normally would not do. That's why I wish I'm starting to have more conversations at church. We're starting to touch on this. I'm starting to crack that book per se, and have these people read a little bit more into emergency preparedness. Because it's not all scare tactics. It's not all I'm trying to sell you stuff. Sure, I'm pretty sure there's lots of channels out there on YouTube that want to sell you everything. They want to scare the death out of you. The world is ending every single day. Every time you turn around, today, guess what? The world is dying. Tomorrow, the world is dying. Well, we're still here, folks, and we're still prepping. That's the main thing, is focus on what you can do now. Don't focus the world. If the world ends tomorrow, then so be it. At least that you're prepared, hopefully that you're prepared enough to deal with it in a manner that's going to be help you survive that situation. Homestead Homeboy, thank you so much for the super chat. It says, hello all, GreyMan, pray for America and pray for the world. Things are getting crazy. 100%, brother. Things are getting exponentially crazy. Speaking of which, I know this has nothing to do with the topic tonight, but some of you folks have been talking about Twitter, right? It's funny that I've had Twitter for quite some time. I don't post to it as often as I'd like to. I know John over at Prepper Nation post, Magic Prepper post, Ed post. There's several people that post over on Twitter. I try to be, I was trying to be, whenever I have a good something on there, I'll post. The thing is I've gained 25 people in the last day. Ever since Musk took over Twitter, I guess there's a big mass people, a mass group of conservatives coming back to Twitter. Now, I'm not saying jump on the bandwagon. That's your choice, to do so. But I'm shocked at how many people that have been adding me on Twitter, to say the least. It's very interesting. Crazy. Were you talking about me? Man, no. I love Rose Red Homestead channel. She is very detailed. Agreed, Kitsy Witsy. I deleted Twitter. It's not good now. Right on. TikTok. Yeah, I have a TikTok. I have a TikTok. I just, I don't know how to use it well. I focus a lot of my power and time into YouTube. Everybody says I should get involved into it. It'll bring more subscribers. Maybe when I have time, I have so much other stuff to focus on. It's when you start YouTube and we're growing, folks. We finally hit 15,000 subs. As I looked up this morning, I woke up, we had 15K. We're getting closer to that 20K and that £1 silver giveaway. So we're getting there soon. I'm saying that by the end of this year, we'll be at 20K for sure. Oh, I just saw something that made me laugh. Twitter keeps me up to date. Instant news. Miss Bella, yes. So we'll see. I'm really curious to see what Musk does. What he does with the platform? If he stays true to what he's saying, no one knows for sure. Taking it from a corporate business into a private business, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Allison Sherman Silver. What's up, Potato Head? If you want to support, oh, sorry, I'm reading my own thing. Good vibes. I hear you. There's a lot of things that surround Musk. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to get into some a conversation about it. You do the research. You look into the man himself. look into his family, look into his finances, look into everything that you want to do, and you be the judge if you want to be involved in that or not. I use Twitter I use Twitter, I use Getter. I'm waiting for Truth Social to come to light on Android because I don't like Apple. So I'm all over the place. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Discord, I'm on Gab, I'm on MeWe. I'm everywhere because I'm trying to spread the message as far as I can with every possible tool that I have. What's up, Thorhaven? Yes, and a lot of people are, Terry, getting their gardens ready to grow. It's funny you say that, Terry. I myself I'm already picking tomatoes. I need to do a follow-up garden video. I just haven't had the time because I have a lot of reviews to do, and these people are starting to send me emails saying, hey, where's that review? We sent you the product. You need to do the review. So I need to knock this stuff out and get it done. But I will be doing a garden update here soon. I got a lot of cool stuff. Dale Cobb, you just ran out of Bustelo. Well, I got about 25 packages over there of the freeze-dried Bustelo and the what is it called? The bricks. Send me your email, Dale. I'll send you one. Picking matters already. What? B Walker, I have no idea what you're talking about. Beverly Vandy, I'm out of my mind mostly. We are all out of our mind. Beretta Vandy, which has made me think of something I want to end the live streams with, and I'm not ending it just yet. There's a new quote, and I will say it at the end of the live stream. Something that really hits home with me. I was having a conversation and I had said it, and it just said, man, that's something I should use on YouTube. Love the bricks. Yeah, exactly, Smiling Wolf. They're vacuum sealed, man. You can't go wrong with it. It's great coffee. I'll tell you that at least. I had one other article that I wanted to share with you folks. And it's a real quick one. And then we'll dive back into chat because I know we're getting low on time. Anyways, it says, this also has, this one was titled, the name of the live stream that I named today is We Should All Be Preppers. That's kind of where I got the idea from. Because nothing is really, what's the word? Nothing is, what is that word, man? Why can't I think of it? Whatever. Nothing is new. There's a term for that. Everything has been recycled, but everybody takes something and makes it into their own. There's a name for it, and I'm pretty sure someone will put it in chat by the time I get done doing this spiel. And it says the crisis is, and they're talking about the health crisis. The crisis has also highlighted how woefully inadequate many of our living arrangements are for social distancing. I have friends in London, New York, Los Angeles, and Sydney who have little ability to cook, let alone store food. That level of base needs dependency on society is an anathema to preppers who are quick to point out that only a few hundred years ago, not having enough food and fuel stored to make it through the winter was effectively suicide. I like this part of this article because it's absolutely right. Just think about this. Just a few hundred years ago, not having enough food and fuel, the necessities to get through winter, you were basically committing suicide. You and your family would die, unfortunately. So I thought that was quite interesting. And I wanted to share that little tidbit on the Atlantic article. You see, what do we got here? What is the plan if your camp gets overpowered? Offer them booze with gel sleeping pills. Eric Thomas, I mean, that's a good idea. You only believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Roger that, a little Alaskan home place. Thank you, Homestead Oz. And it's good to see you. It's good to see you. I saw you and Rudy's live stream. That was awesome. Himalayas, right, Minuteman? Mama Bear asked if you can pan your stack with the camera. Pan your stack. Are you talking about the canned goods, Mama Bear? I can try to slide it over. It's got a lot of weight to it. I can try. Okay, that didn't work. All right. So, yeah. Yeah. I tried, Mama Bear. I tried. Things happen. Luckily, nope. These cans are awesome. There's no dents. There's no nothing. Everything is nice and solid. But it is what it is. Ah, see, snake bite. You thought there's no dented cans at all. That's what happens when you have carpet. All solid. See, that's one thing about canned goods is you can beat a zombie with it. And man, that sounds good in there. But yeah, this is like people say, this is like gold, folks. This is like gold. Anyways, that was pretty funny. Camera, Grey, camera. Oh, I can't. I wish I can show you how. I'm going to take a picture on the next live stream. I'm going to show you this situation in front of me, and you guys can see why I can't pan the camera. It's not a camera like this. It's not a little camera. I have these massive tripod right here, this big old camera, this big lens, like I'm some sort of newscaster or something. So it's too hard for me to pan. Mama Bear says, thank you. How many flats are that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 flats. Let me see here. About 8 flats on there. And now for my next trick, Grey will juggle 7 Keystone cans. LOL. I can try. I'm not much of a juggler. But anyways, I'm willing to do anything for you guys. You know what I mean? That someone's going to cut that little piece right there and say, look at this crazy prepper knocking stuff down. Yeah, Carol Dotson, it's tough. It is very tough. Terry M electronics are definitely pricey. A lot of you guys have been following me for quite some time know that I also do photography work. I'm a photographer. I have my own business doing photography work, as well as the business that I work Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from morning till night at my one job. And then I do YouTube Sunday through Wednesday. And of course, I have my live stream on Thursday late in the evening. That's why it's late. And I do some of my photography gigs during that time as well. So I have a lot of gear already. What's up, Annie? Mama Bear, no problem. No problem at all. James says, Myers doubled the amount of Keystone beef in their stores in 2 weeks. Do they know something? From 40 to 80K. Wow. I can make a balloon animals for morale in the apocalypse. Right on, Savage. O.B. Walker, I agree. But I'll tell you one thing. I wish I can kind of, man, I got cans over there too. But I'll tell you one thing. Keystone does use solid material. Like when you try to squeeze it, I've had others cans that I can squeeze and put a dent into. The Keystone's pretty solid cans. I give them that. Not like, let's say, a number 10 can or something like that where I can thing it. And honestly, that's my fault. I should have put another cardboard flat between those and it wouldn't have slid off that way. It's over there temporarily while I'm trying to write everything down, log it in my book, date it, and then move it into the pantry. Carol Dotson says the stores here don't have Keystone meats. You can go to their website. They did have, was it chicken or turkey? They had something in stock. You just got to check it on a daily basis. And sometimes you get lucky because that's one of the cheapest ways to get it. That's great. The cans are that strong. I agree, B. Walker. They are definitely strong. I'm not going to grab it. I got to keep on grabbing them, but I don't have any dents in them. I looked. They hit the carpet, so we're good. Why didn't you just turn your computer? It's not a computer. Okay. Tune in Thursday night, and I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to use my phone and take a picture of this situation. I don't know. Maybe how many people are in chat? Let me try this. I'm going to try to take a picture and show it to you. Try to show you Grey's view. Anybody who comes across this live stream is going to be like, what in the heck are they doing? See, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to try to show it to you guys. My camera is in the middle. Can you guys see that? This is my view of what's going on. And give you an idea of my camera here. I can't really get a picture of the camera. But I'll show you guys next time. Maybe I'll do a member-only video, and then I'll share that with the members, and then I'll show Dreams Acres. Yeah, I can put it in Discord. Latina Prepper, where do you buy them? Are you talking about the, I know you're probably talking about the Keystones, huh? Bringer Change, thank you. I try to be professional, but it's a bit messy right now. I have a lot of stuff going on in this office. Thanks, Mitten. Right on, Minute Man. I appreciate that, Steve. RG71, that's a smart way to do it, brother. Julie F, you know, and that's why a lot of people when they see me doing a live stream and I have a guest and you guys see me doing this and moving around all over the place is because I have so much stuff going on. I'm watching chat, I'm watching the StreamYard, I'm looking at the camera, I'm checking out my guest. I even have a small monitor down here to monitor my audio and whatnot. Because I feel if I try to do this as professional as possible, not knocking down cans, but try to do the videos and the sound and everything as professional as possible, people will tune in a little bit more. Believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy, but the more professional that you can do it, sometimes the larger the audience that you can build. And maybe I shouldn't tell anybody this, but Rudy is going to be getting one of these mics. So Rudy's going to get some awesome sound here, but don't tell him I told you. James, appreciate that. Welcome to the Grey family, brother. Truly appreciate the support. right on, Oslander. Keystone is sold out. Beef, turkey, chicken. They had on one pork product. Kitsy Witsy, thank you for checking that out. It's something that you have to professional can denter. Right on, Jeff. I'm never going to live that one down, but at least, you know, hey, you know, when you guys ask something, I try to do the best I can. If I ever get to a point where let's say it'll probably never happen, but if I ever hit 1 million subscribers, I'm still want to do this because this is fun. Me talking with you, you talking with me or chatting with me and just doing stuff on the fly, dropping cans, breaking stuff, just being 100% transparent and honest shows character. You know what I mean? So you can do this really nice, clean, organized, 5-minute video. And that's all you do and share some great information. But I like to connect with you, the viewers. I like this time on these live streams to connect with you folks and build relationships with you and build a community. I feel that we can just have a lot more fun doing it that way. Let me see. Sutton Days stated not to buy pop tops for long-term storage. Steve Spielman, I would agree with Sutton Days. The pop tops on cans it's a weaker. So the top of that can is a little bit weaker. So eventually micro fractures can possibly happen if that can has been pushed around, stacked on, stuff like that. They don't have the same integrity as a fully hermetically sealed can from my perspective, and evidently his as well, or her. Sutton Days. That just sounds familiar. I can't remember who that is, but I know the name. It's fun. You're normal, like we're talking with you. Yes, Seabass. That's how I look at it as well. Am I out of focus? Okay, I thought it was out of focus. But yeah, the pop tops are that's really not the way to go. If you're gonna, pop tops are great if it's something that you're gonna use in your immediate pantry. If you're gonna, like, say you buy it and you're gonna use it every year, then sure, grab some of those. But if it's for long term, you might want to get the full on can lid that's hermetically sealed. That's just a better option. Yeah, Northern Girl, that's a great idea. Pop tops are great for camping and also short-term storage. But don't forget one thing, folks. The pop tops sometimes break. So make sure you have a manual can opener to follow up with if that pop top breaks. Be it a P38, a P51, or a manual twist can opener, have one handy because those pop tops can break. And then you're in that situation where the food is still in the can. Oslander, my beard hair always does crazy stuff. I have beard hair. I've watched videos of myself and there's a beard hair coming out of here and then falls down. There's nothing I can do. I am no, what do you want to call it? I'm no Sean Hannity or nothing like that. I don't have like the professionals, lint rolling me and putting makeup on my face and stuff like that. This is just raw and uncut, man. Roger that, B. Walker. I saw something and I touched my mouse real quick. P38 with me at all times for at least 40 years. That's awesome, Minute Man. That is awesome. And, yeah, and they're so cheap. You can buy a bucket of those things and keep them in your car, keep them in your bag. You can put one in your wallet, purse. They're very handy, and learn how to use it. I know people who have arthritis and other issues in their hands. It's a little bit more complex. Like I said, some people are handy with their knives. You know what I mean? If you have a solid knife, I'm a knife guy, you guys. I'm always keeping some sort of knife with me. Make sure that you know how to use that knife, and always go away from you when you're trying to pop a can. You don't ever want to put a knife towards you, because that can end up badly. Lisa at Sutton Days. Thank you so much, Glenna Hayes. I truly appreciate you. I truly appreciate that. I get things mixed up all the time. What's up, Hig? Good to see you. Gear-driven hand can opener for me. Steve Spielman, and yeah, those work well as well. I'm talking about the electric can openers, unless you buy an expensive one. But the thing is unless you have a solar power or some sort of generator or something like that, or if you're on the go and you're in your car. Matter of fact, I have a review coming out tomorrow. That'll be pretty interesting. That's a good idea. I might bring that along just to kind of prove a point. But to me, everything that you want to get for long-term preparedness or emergency preparedness should be manual, be it can openers or ways to, pedal and mortar and pedestal, things like that. You're going to want stuff that's all done by hand. You ever seen the little, the mixers that you use? That's a hand mixer with the little things that spin on it. You want to get those, just things like that. That's just the way to go. All right. Manual mixer. Thank you. What's up, Arkansas? No electric can opener in our home. That's awesome, Steve. All right, folks. I've rambled on long enough. I want to say thank you for all you guys being here. I just realized what time it was. And I know some of you folks like to jump on other channels that start at 8 and 9 o'clock in the evening. So I don't want to take up too much time. I want everybody to have an opportunity to have an audience and to enjoy doing a live stream. Yes, thank you, Harvey, for that. So anyways, folks, thank you so much for taking the time to spend this hour with me. Hopefully, if you learned something or if you had a good time, hit that thumbs up button. It's truly appreciated before you take off. And I want to say something. Be safe, because you're not alone. I want everybody to know that you need to be safe and understand that you folks aren't alone. We're all here. We're in a community. If you ever need something, there's somebody in the community member, there's someone in the Discord, there's someone in the comment section. Reach out to me via email. I'll try to do the best I can to reach out to you. It might take me a little bit longer sometimes, but just realize that you folks are not alone. We are an awesome community, and we're here to share knowledge. We're here to work with each other. It's a great community here, and I love it. So thank you all for taking the time. Mods, truly appreciate you guys being here and keeping everything family friendly. Thank you, Pony Girl, for that. You guys are awesome, folks. Other than that, this is GreyMan, and I'm out. I'll see you guys on a rebound. God bless.